Joe Rogan, bodybuilding is impossible without steroids, that is a science project. You don't get to Ronnie Coleman's size, you don't get to Dorian Yates' size, you don't get there without steroids, Joe Rogan shared. Crafting a pro-level bodybuilding physique takes time, calculated training, nutrition, and supplementation. In Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Joe Rogan laid out if bodybuilding level size can be achieved without using steroids. Over the years, steroids have taken on a prominent role in a bodybuilder's approach to building a championship-caliber physique. During their respective eras, former Mr. Olympias such as Dorian Yates and Ronnie Coleman presented monstrous size and detailed muscularity, long setting the standard for the top of the IFBB Pro League Men's Open Division. Joe Rogan is a UFC color commentator, revered for his interviewing abilities on his podcast. Having witnessed the sport over the years, he was asked about the use of steroids and whether or not they enhance someone who doesn't regularly train at the gym. Joe Rogan talks bodybuilding and PEDs, you can get very big without taking steroids. Joe Rogan talks bodybuilding and PEDs, you can get very big without taking steroids. Rogan clarified that someone who doesn't train won't reap considerable benefits from taking steroids. No, they do not. But for athletes, they have a significant advantage and they allow you to recover much quicker. There's certain sports, if you call bodybuilding a sport, right? It's impossible without steroids. You cannot get to that size, you don't get to Ronnie Coleman's size, you don't get to Dorian Yates' size, you don't get there without steroids, explained Joe Rogan. As for achieving size without steroids, Joe Rogan said he's seen people with fantastic genetics who are naturally big. Oh, you can get very big without taking steroids. There's a lot of people that are massive without taking steroids. There's a lot of people that have fantastic genetics, there's a lot of people that have thick heavy builds, it's natural. In a sport where muscle growth is king, Joe Rogan doesn't believe bodybuilding is possible without steroids. There's many people like that, but to get to the size of a bodybuilder, it's superhuman, it's not possible without steroids. That is a science project. You look at these people that have traps that start at the top of their eats and bowling ball shoulders, that's not possible. I've met many people that are really fit and look fucking huge and they don't discuss the US Anti-Doping Agency and its methods for testing athletes who participate in their program. There's a lot in the UFC USADA tests everybody, so they'll show up at your house 6:30 in the morning, wake up sir, we need a urine test and a blood sample. And they do this all the time, and these jacked people don't get caught. Either they are doing it so sophisticated that even with USADA, which is the most sophisticated anti-doping program we have available. So there's some short-acting testosterone supplements that you can take, particularly now, there are some new ones that leave the body in 2.5 hours. So you can take them and get an elevated level of testosterone and take it multiple times a day and it doesn't affect your natural testosterone production, and it also doesn't show up if you get past that 2.5 hour window. So there could be a lot of people just rolling the dice. The last time performance-enhancing drugs reached the desk of Joe Rogan, he joined popular YouTuber Derek of More Plates More Dates to debate Mike O'Hearn's claim of being a lifetime natural. Rogan said he saw O'Hearn on the plane once and was shocked by his size. Derek was unsure whether or not Mike O'Hearn had used steroids and specified that there was no evidence proving otherwise. Taking genetics into consideration, Joe Rogan believes achieving a big physique is possible without steroids. However, if bodybuilding is the pursuit, Rogan sees it as a necessary tool for reaching the top of the heap.